Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, we are back, we are ready to go, and we have ourselves an absolutely incredible day ahead. Good morning to absolutely everyone. Good morning to all. And I mean, sometimes again, you turn on, I don't know who came up with the little like intro music beforehand, but I will say it just gets me moving. Do 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 do. I like my intro music. Shout out to anyone over on the StockTwits team that put together the intro music over there. I appreciate the theme song I have. Maybe I got to start playing that everywhere I go. I want to make sure that we are all set, ready to go. Good morning to everyone. Happy Black Friday week. Happy Thanksgiving week. Happy end of November week. Happy start with Sean Dekmar week. I want to make sure everyone's all ready to rock. Sound is it sucks. Give me a second here. I want to fix something here. I feel like it was kind of like over peaking before. You might just have to turn it up on your end a little bit. Just turn it up a little bit on your end, but I'd rather, again, make sure it's not over peaking like super loud. So I'd rather quiet it down a little bit and then have you guys, again, maybe just turn it up on your side just so, again, it kind of equals out a little bit more. But let's get ready for this day, huh? Let's make sure that we're all set. I'm not going to continue to crawl underneath my desk over on the live stream here with everyone watching, but let's get ready to go. Let's talk about this day. Let's talk about what we have. Let's talk about what we are doing at this moment. And I apologize about not being here last week. Last week, I moved my office. You might have seen again, doing some other live streams and getting myself all prepared over in the other room. We got Chaz again taking on over a lot of the days. So it's been fun. It's been exciting. But obviously, being here, a nice home base over on StockTwits, it has been absolutely incredible. Now, let's make sure that we are all set, ready to rock and roll on this day. Let's go over absolutely everything. So every single person is knowing exactly what to be focusing on, knowing exactly what to be looking at. Number one, what do we have today? We have CJET at this moment. CJET. As you guys can see right here, CJET 3-star press release does show a strategic partnership. Right. All right. Awesome. Guys, everyone let me know in the chat right now. Everyone let me know in the chat right now at this moment, just before I go any further, because I want to focus on you. What sounded better, when I first jumped on or right now? When I first jumped on or right now? Everyone type out over in the chat at this moment, just so I know, again, which one you guys like better. If it's a little bit quieter, that you guys can turn it up, or again, where I already turned up on my end, but it might sound a little more muffled. And we apologize about that, guys. We want to make sure that you guys are always having the best experience possible, but I want to make sure that you guys are all good. All right. Cool. Perfect. Now, let's dive in on this day, right? Let's talk about right now. We have CJET as the main play that traders are going to be focusing on. Now, what do you guys realize out of CJET right here? CJET is one of those stocks. It stands out to me. It screams to me. It says, Deck, play with me here. What we have is CJET. We have this top resistance line going across the board at 280. 280, strong resistance. We also have this nice uptrend right here going on these higher lows. That's back on down towards around that 250-ish mark. So what do we have at this moment? We are having a very standard play. This play right here is what we call the ascending triangle pattern, right? So when we have the ascending triangle setup, you guys can just type this over in on Google. This isn't anything magical. If I just go over and type in ascending triangle pattern, we can see the idea of what we're looking for. You can see flat resistance going across the top. Top resistance, fade back on down. Top resistance, fade back on down. Top resistance, fade back on down. Top resistance, fade. Top resistance, fade. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter until bang, we get that breakout. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. We are looking for the tighter and tighter and tighter move until we could possibly break that 280 area and get that next leg. We could break that 280 mark and be able to get that squeeze and spike. That's the entire idea about this play that I know a lot of traders are going to be focusing on and traders are going to be looking at right now. So CJET, as we get closer, as we get tighter, as we have the strong resistance line, we are going to be watching to see, can we be able to squeeze and pop? Squeeze and pop is the goal. Now, where is going to be the goal? The goal is going to be starting on off to get through the 320 mark. 320 is the previous old spiking high from when the stock first came out with news. So this right here is going to be basically like our money target. We have CJET, stock that is the #1 top gainer. CJET, that is a stock with an ascending triangle pattern. CJET with our top resistance of 320. Top resistance across the board. Now, if you're asking yourself, Deck, what's the reason why? Well, let me ask you guys this. How many people saw this right when it came out at 718? I mean, traders, we have the answer right here in front of us. We know exactly what we're looking at. It's right here. CJET came out at 718 and 8 seconds. CJET, 3-star press release. It does have the word partnership here. So we go ahead and take this on out. It says CJET Motors enters into a strategic partnership with Edge Frontier to acquire up to $1 billion in Edge AI tokens at a 20% discount. So basically, if we wanted to kind of dive into this play a little bit more, we could see there is a partnership, there is an acquisition, there is a large sum of money. You know, if someone says, like, is CJET a good, credible stock? The press release that came out on this play is 100% good and credible. We can see it is the #1 top gainer on the day. We can see it was a 3-star press release. We can see, again, it has a partnership right here. So we want to make sure every single person is aware of this. We're, again, seeing that, all right, hey, that's the best play. And the moment it comes on out, we want to try to be on top of it. If that's you're getting filled on it as the stock spikes on up, if you're getting filled on it on a dip buy, if you're looking for a short. But coming on up here in the next few moments, things could easily get spicy over on this play over on CJET. I'm excited about it. Now, again, if you're not great even by looking at the news scanner, what can you guys do again? You guys can go ahead and just click the news alerts. And if you guys click the news alerts, again, 1 minute after this came on out, CJET was posted here. And it's because you always want to be aware of what is spiking, what is ripping, what is running, what stocks have the best potential, which ones could possibly be able to go on that a big time spike. So CJET, by far, best play as of right now. Now, as we're getting tighter and tighter into CJET, I know, again, what we're thinking. All right, Dex, so what's the game plan here? When you go ahead and you take a look at this, you essentially have, I mean, some people would say 4 different trades. Let's go ahead and break this on down. Do we have 4 different trades over on CJET? Well, #1, what do we have? Strong resistance, strong resistance, strong resistance. How many people are going to start shorting as you hit that strong resistance line? If you short at the red resistance line, the odds are that you are going to win. You are going to hit the red resistance line and you are going to fall back on down. You are going to hit that red resistance line and you are going to start dropping. You are going to hit the price of 280, 275 and start fading and falling back on down. That's what the odds have been. Now, what if I want to do a dip buy? The dip buy is you're going to bounce right here. The dip buy is you're going to bounce right here. The dip buy is you're going to bounce right here. If you are looking for a dip buy, you are going to look for a bounce. Now, that's going to be right around the price around 260. So you're saying one side is 260, the other side is around 280. Well, Deck, not both sides can win. One side has to break, and you are 100% correct. But if I'm saying what are the best entries to get filled if we're looking for a breakout to the upside, well, guess what? We are going to be looking for that dip by 260 for the squeeze and pop all the way up towards around 320. If you're looking for that short, you're looking at around 280 for that drop and crack all the way back on down towards the low $2. So one side is going to win within the next 5 to 10 minutes. So the best thing to do on this is, depending on which side that you want to go after, both sides have some sort of stop loss. Both sides have some sort of area where you say to yourself, all right, you know what? If I get in at 275 on the short and we hit the price of 283, I'm going to have my stop loss. And you know why? That's going to allow you to only be able to lose 8 cents if you get filled at 275, and you could possibly be able to make a ton of money if it drops. Now, if you get filled on the dip buy, you might want to say, all right, if this comes on down to the price of 256, I'm going to have a stop loss. And that's going to say to yourself, all right, if you get filled at the price of 260 and you give it 5 to 6 cents, you are losing a little on the possibility that you could win a lot. So there's no wrong trade here if you short at 270. If you short at 275 and the stock spikes and you have a stop loss, you did everything correct. If you went for a dip buy at the price of 260 and again, it cracks on down to 255 and you get out, you did everything correct. Just because a stock does not do exactly what you want does not mean you made a bad trade. A bad trade is when you get emotional. A bad trade is when you aren't following your rules. A bad trade is when you're doing things completely incorrect. That's not that's a bad trade. A bad trade is not when you have a stop loss, you have an entry, you get filled at the area you want, and you follow your game plan. So when we take a look right here, traders, we can all clearly see that CJET right now is starting to get that little crack underneath here. So what side would I give this to right now? I have to give it to the bears. And I think everyone would have to agree with me. I don't think there's any person right now, even the most bullish trader, can sit here and be like, no, the stock is still extremely bullish. Traders, what are we seeing? We are seeing bearishness. We are seeing dropping. We are seeing fading. We are seeing weakness. We are seeing this play crack its uptrend. We are seeing this play start going to the reversal side. We are seeing this play again starting to fade and fall. We are seeing this play dropping here. So when I take a look over on CJET, that's, again, a bearish reversal at this moment. Does it mean it's done? No, it doesn't mean it's done. There's a chance that maybe, again, we form a new higher low. There's a chance that we start bouncing back on up. But I'm saying out of this current play, this current ascending triangle setup, this current move that we have, if you were looking for a day trade in this present moment, it is bearish. So what does that mean for us? Well, what that means is let's get ready for the next possible play. Right? Let's get ready to see if we can find something a little bit better. Let's see if we can find something that's getting a little bit more hype. Let's see, because right now here, team, we only have CJET. CJET's right now only up 30%. Now, the last few days, we have been having a little weakness. We haven't seen that 100% spiker over the last few days, have we? No, we haven't, guys. We haven't seen that 100% ripper. We haven't seen that 100% climber. And what was the main reason behind that? And that was because the S&P 500 started dumping the last again over on Thursday. We started the S&P 500 fading and falling and crashing. But traders, this is what I want you guys to understand. And I truly want you guys to gauge this. And I talked about it so much last week. Last week, I would go on the internet. I'd go on StockTwits. I would go on Twitter. I'd go on Discord. I would go on Reddit. And people were acting like the sky's falling down. People were acting like they lost everything. People were acting like we were in a Great Depression. Like, what are we doing? Why are we acting like this? Why are we acting so crazy? Oh, the AI bubble's popping. Ladies and gentlemen, the AI bubble's popping. Can we take a step back here for a moment? This is the highest the stock market has ever been in existence. This is where we're at right now, right? It's like, what are we doing? Right? Like, are we taking crazy pills? Let's take a step back. Let's go back to a monthly time frame. Okay? The monthly time frame shows that we have had, right, when we take a look over on the S&P 500, the S&P 500, we have gone from here to the S&P 500, going all the way on down to a crazy price of right here. Traders, am I really that concerned? No, not at all. Team, I had someone again come up to me over on my X account, and I said, I do not care how far the S&P 500 falls. I will continue to DCA, dollar cost average. So for anyone who does not know, I sent over $70,000 to my retirement account, my long-term account, last week. I put in $40,000 of the 70 that I put. I saved $30K in case we keep on going lower. And then someone was like, oh, that's an awful idea. This is how you blow up new account traders. No, this is not an awful idea. First off, I'm not selling anything for the next 30 years. Is the stock market going to be higher than where it is right now? 100%. This is my long-term account. I'm not getting scared by little tiny pullbacks. That's like you, again, buying in, let's say right here. Let's say you bought in right here, and then you sold right here, and you were like, oh, I thought a big collapse was coming. Every time we have a small pullback, every time we have a normal correction, anytime after the market spikes for 8 months straight, and we have 1-2 weeks of falling, people act like it's the Great Depression. This is a time that we have better entries. We are getting better discounts. Guys, I'm not making things up. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm literally showing you. This is the market for the last 16 years now. For the last 16 years, the market moves up. And you know why we move up? Because we are the United States of America. We're the greatest country in the world with the most money, with the most power, with the strongest businesses, with the strongest revenues. There is nobody better. So the thing is, guess what's going to happen? The S&P 500 will continuously move on up every decade. Every decade we're going up. Now you might say, well, Dek, what about again in 2008? What again back in 2008 or dot-com bubble? Or what is the Great Depression? Yes, those are what we call black swan events. And do they happen? They 100% happen. They will happen again, maybe once every 10 years. And will there be some sort of AI bubble pullback at some point? I can guarantee it will happen. And when it happens, I'm adding. And when it happens, I'm DCAing. And when it happens, I'm going to jump back on in. But guess what? I will tell you right now, the worst thing you can do as an investor is do this. Oh, it's 2018. Guess what, guys? Feds are raising interest rates. The whole market's going to collapse. Market has a perfect dip buy. It bounces back on up. Oh, man, it's 2020. Man, there's some weird, again, disease that we never heard of before. Okay, market's going to drop on down. Market's going to bounce back up towards new highs. Oh, man, guys, we are raising interest rates again. Everything's going to become more expensive. Market falls back on down. Market moves its way up towards highs. Hey, guys, Trump is in office. Tariff fears he's going to, again, collapse the economy. And, again, the market moves on down and the market moves back on up. Guys, this is how the market moves. The market will forever do this. The market will have, again, tariff fear, and the market will have pandemic, and the market will have interest rates, and the market will have inflation, and the market will have whatever story you want to come on up. And if you say this time's different, yeah, it's different headline, the exact same story, though. You have a pullback, you bounce back on up. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's fun to sit through pullbacks. It's fun to see your positions go down. It's not fun in any sort of way, but it's all part of the plan. So I will tell you right now, I added as much as I could. I added $40,000 last week on this pullback because every single time, this is the number one issue that people, again, do as a stock trader, as an investor. How many people here are sitting on their hands with some sort of funds you want to allocate to the market, but you're saying, I'm going to wait for the dump. I'm going to wait for the big crash. I'm going to wait for, again, like the best time to enter, right? And guess what? You get one little dump, and all of a sudden next week you see it's at brand new highs. And you say, oh, I missed it. And then we go through 1, 2, 3 months of just constantly hitting new highs. Oh, we won't fall on down. And then we get a little bit of a crack, and you say, okay, here comes a little bit of a crack. And then we bounce right back on up. Oh! And then again, maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years go by before you even get the opportunity to go ahead and enter. That's what I want you guys to understand. So yes, if you're saying what is the best dip buy of all time, always and forever, it's always the 50-month moving average. The 50-month moving average, aka the blue line, is always the best entry that you could possibly ever have. That's how it always is. And that's why I entered back in Monday, April 7th on this year. That's where I jumped in on my entries this year. Now, if you're saying, well, hey, Dek, you said you waited for the great pullback and you got filled and you got the best entry possible. Yes, I don't think it's going to happen again within the next, year, 2 years, 3 years. It usually happens. If we want to break this on down, we got filled in 2016, 2019, 2020. Okay. So that was about a 3-year. Then we went from 2023. Then we came on down towards, again, 2025. So if anything, maybe we hit it in 2027. But also remember something. The blue line continues to move on up. So the blue line won't be at 495 in 2 years. In 2 years, the blue line might be all the way up towards around 570, 590. So the thing is, for me at least, if I know that I'm going to be holding on to a long-term play, if I know that I have a retirement account, if I know, again, I'm not touching it, it's going to be higher in the future anyway, I might as well, again, just keep adding where I can. Yes, I will add at tops. And yes, I will add at pullbacks. And yes, when I'm 55 years old and I have $7 million in the stock market and I know that I can retire and I won't have to, again, worry about money the rest of my life, I'll be saying thank you for adding right now. And I'm not getting scared after one little red candle. One little red candle. And I just want to get that through your guys' minds, that you guys don't have to be influenced by fear, because fear is so contagious. It's very easy to try to, say you're about to lose all your money. It's very easy to come out to a story on why, again, private equity is going to collapse the market, on why Trump tariffs are going to collapse the market, on why inflation is going to collapse the market, why the AI bubble and circular investing is going to collapse the market. Anything can collapse the market. Or again, you can invest, you can hold, and you can keep staying smart. That's what you can do. Okay? So I will continuously add every single time we get these pullbacks, every single time we get these dips, every single time we do get a drop. Now, I will say I did add heavily on 4 different plays here. The plays that I bought in over on, and let me go back to let's go back to a 30-minute time frame. No, let's go back to a 15-minute time frame. The plays that I bought in on Friday was, number one, I did, out of the $40,000, buying on Amazon. I jumped in on Amazon around the price of $216. As again, it started moving itself on up. Amazon, I bought in on Friday with $10,000. I also jumped in on Palantir. Palantir, I jumped in around 153 over on Friday. I got filled on Palantir. This play is up towards around 156. Hopefully, we can start getting some sort of dip buy and bounce play. Palantir is a great play. Palantir is a great stock. I definitely want to continue to keep my eyes peeled over on this one. All right. What else did I jump in? I also did get, this is probably my most speculative play. Out of my entire portfolio, this is probably my most speculative stock, and that is Oklo, OKLO. Now, what's another reason why I'm getting involved on these plays at these areas, guys, is we are coming on down close to our 200-day moving average. 200-day moving averages on the daily chart is one of the strongest areas for you to get a bounce play. Let me ask you guys a question. Oklo, AKLO, the stock ran up to $200. I'm getting filled as it came on down to the price of $82. So I waited from the moment it went from $200 and fell all the way on down over $100, fell over 50% back on down on its entire worth. I got filled. I don't think that's a bad entry at all. Now, could we go on down maybe lower towards 70 or maybe 67? Absolutely. But at the same time here, traders, I'm going to say to myself, you know what? This has massive potential. Even if it is a risky play, I'm getting filled on this play, not at 150, not at 200, not even at 100. I'm getting filled in the low 80s. So that's something I definitely like a lot. And that's something I definitely think there's a lot of potential towards. So again, I like Amazon a whole lot. I think this play is going to be incredible. Notice again, bouncing off the 200-day moving average. Palantir. Take a look right here. We are getting that bounce right next to the 200-day moving average. Oklo, you guys could take a look over here. Oklo, again, we are getting that bounce off that 200-day moving average. And last but not least, I did add the last little bit over to NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA, guys, NVIDIA is just the granddaddy of everything. NVIDIA came out with incredible earnings. It's still doing amazing. I would rather, over time, just consistently build a position. Could NVIDIA fall back on down towards around 150? Yes, it could. At the same time, if that happens, I can always add to it if I want to. But NVIDIA is one of those plays that, yes, even though it's near its highs right now, I still like it a lot. I still, again, am going to just continuously adding, because basically what we have right here is NVIDIA got on the map in what year? 2022. NVIDIA got on the map in 2022. Think about Apple. Apple got on the map, let's say in 2002. NVIDIA will be around for the rest of your existence. NVIDIA will be around forever. NVIDIA will be around when you are 60, when you are 80, when your kids are 60. NVIDIA is going to be an Apple-like play for the rest of eternity. If you buy NVIDIA right now, you are going to be able to hold this play for the next 30 years before you sell it and before you retire. There will be pullbacks. There will be drops. There will be frights. There will be times of scare. There will be everything as we know. But if you bought Apple in 2002, would you be a happy camper? If you buy again, NVIDIA, right now in 2026, knowing that it's going to continue to move up over time over the next 30 years, would you be a happy camper? Absolutely. So it just comes on down to compounding interest, compounding your investments, realizing that you are going to continue to move on up over time. Okay, that's so important for every single trader here. So I really just wanted to kind of go into that into full detail. Make sure that you guys are understanding it. Now it is 7:55 in the market. We do got about 5 minutes here, but before that, I want everyone to come on over here, clicking on the news alerts over on Fox Runner. And obviously they're always posting great alerts, but they're always in the morning. They put a lot of awesome kind of like I don't know, like feedback alerts, I guess. But take a look right here. It says stocks bouncing off their 200-day moving average. Every one of these stocks are at its 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is one of the best long-term investment indicators. It shows, again, where a stock is going to be bullish and bearish and usually holds up as a great area of support. So if you guys have Fox Runner or if you guys don't have Fox Runner, you guys could see every single one of these plays right here is right above its 200-day moving average. And that means these are going to be great floor areas, great support areas. So if we take a look at these, let's just kind of go over a couple. You know, Rocket Lab, go back to your daily chart. Rocket Lab, if someone came up to me right now and said, Deck, is this a good entry over on Rocket Lab? I would say yes. You know, look what we have right here. Rocket Lab, you would be getting filled at an area that is not touched very often. The last time Rocket Lab hit the 200-day moving average was all the way back in April when we had the Terra Fear. So you are getting filled at an absolutely awesome area, right? Take a look over on NBIS, right? Still a little bit of room to be able to go on down to, right? But you're coming on down towards that area. What do we have like SoFi here? SoFi, again, slightly right above this area. I do like Hood a lot. Hood, again, coming on down to this area. You could see it's all kind of like the same pattern. They're all right above that 200-day moving average, just giving you that heads up that, hey, you know, this could be a great floor. Amazon, 200-day moving average. Let's get to some of the bigger plays. Tesla, almost there, not there yet. How's, you know, Palantir getting close to the 200-day moving average. So all of these plays do have or have upcoming great entries that I think every single person should be on watch of, you know. Now, this is also very nice as well. Guys, I know everyone always asks this. Everyone always says, hey, what are the next millionaire stocks? Has anyone ever typed it on Google? What's the next NVIDIA? What's the next Bitcoin? What's the next millionaire investment? These are the top growth names. Growth stocks are the ones that could be, doesn't mean they are, but could be the next big thing. So what do we have here, guys? We have the next growth plays. Well, we do have HPC and AI infrastructure. AI infrastructure, like these data centers and such, right? What do we know here? IREN, BITF, CIFR. What else could be the next big thing? Quantum computing, IONQ, QBTS. What else could be the next big thing? Robotics, drones, RR, SERV, ONDS. What else could be the next thing? Powering AI with nuclear, uranium, energy, CCJ, UUU, NXE. What else could be the next big thing? Medical. Medical is always big. People losing weight, people growing their hair back, right? HIMS, Oscar, DXM. What else could be the next big thing? The next step to banking, right? How banking works, the change of money. SoFi, Hood, and you. What else could be the next big thing? Space stocks, space exploration, putting satellites into space, basically owning airspace. Well, as we know, Rocket Lab, PL, ASTS, digital platforms, AFRM, Roku, Uber. What else do we have here? Batteries, ALB, SLDP, EAOS, and autonomous vehicles, self-driving, eVTOLs, Joby, Archer, and Uber. So, team, pretty cool list right here. And obviously, no one knows the future. No one knows the future. But at the same time, it's great to start sparking some ideas. It's great to, again, be thinking about that in a different way. Hey, it is about to be 8 o'clock a.m. right now. 8 o'clock right now. I need all eyes at this moment over on the Fox Runner News Scanner because we are about to get our brand new press releases coming on out here. So let's set this all back on up. Awesome. And now let's get ready to rock and roll on this day. Let's see where the hype is going to take us. And let's see in the next, again, few seconds here what we get. We got 20 seconds until our next press release wave. We know CJET was absolutely awesome right there. And we also had ATON come out at 7 o'clock. So for anyone who does not know, news comes out at 7 o'clock. You can see ATON. And then we did have a little bit of like a random press release, CJET at 7:18. But again, what we have here is every single press release in the world will be coming out here, which is great. So again, we never miss it. We're always on top of it, and we're always staying ready. CJET is by far still the best play. Let's see if we get anything together. All eyes. Notice the news starting to come out, 8 o'clock at this moment. Now, I do have it set for lower floats. 0 to 20 million in float is all I care about. So receives $3.6 million grant, DARE. We do have private placement. Private placement stocks, guys, over on VRCA might start spiking. DARE, guys, also starting to rip and run us slightly. So DARE, that one's starting to move here slightly. DARE did receive $3.6 million. You guys see this? Receives $3.6 million over on DARE. Obviously, that's making investors happy. Obviously, that's making investors excited. We also have VRCA. VRCA, one-star word. What's that word I like right here? Placement. Stock does have private placement. Stock did go from $4 and spike up towards the price of $4.77. So $4 to $4.77, VRCE does have private placement. All right, anything else that's starting to move a little bit right now at this moment? But these could be the next, couple, 1 or 2 plays. We also have STAI, very small baby stock right here. STI signs a term sheet of $20 million financing with ARC Group to enhance it liquidity and strategic flexibility. So we do have right now, I would say there's 3 stocks I'd want you guys to look at. Number 1, VRCA, private placement stock. $4 up to $4.77. You do have number 2, DARE. DARE receives $3.6 million. That's going to bring in some hype. And then we also do have STAI, which signs a term sheet for $20 million as well. So you do have a few plays that you guys are going to want to be focusing on and going to be looking at. But this is how you find hot movers every single day. Every single day, traders, you always need to think about if you want to day trade, if you want to, again, find the best play, it all comes down to what's the reason on why someone would buy it. So how many times, again, we might find a play like VRCA at the price of $4, it goes up to $4.60. We're aware of it. Next thing you know, it's at $5. Next thing you know, it's at $5.50. Next thing you know, it's at $8. Or you see a stock go from $4 to $4.80, and then guess what? You can just short it right back on down. I had someone ask me this question the other day. He said, hey, Dek, they say I use Fox Runner. I get all the hot news, but I see this sometimes. I see a stock spike on up, and then I see it dump on down. How do we know if it's going to keep on spiking? And that's a great question. The thing is, traders, there's no 100% guarantee that a stock will keep on spiking. But what we know is we have the answer. So if a stock goes from 0% to 50% in the matter of 1 minute, hey, there's a chance that we could see 100, 150%, but there's also a chance that it could come crashing back on down. Regardless, if you are a trader that likes to buy plays, or if you are a trader that likes to short plays, or you are a trader that likes to do a dip buy, you now have the trade though. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, most people are running around with their heads cut off saying, I don't know where a stock is going. I don't know where a stock is ripping and running toward. I don't know what plays are hot. You want to know, okay, hey, if we go on back towards the time of 8 o'clock this morning, right? ENLV, super hot, right? ATON, super hot. Like ATON came out with a press release at 7 o'clock this morning. ATON, press release, 7 o'clock this morning. Then again, you have 701, 702, 703, 704, 705, 710, 715, 7. You have 15 minutes to just buy ATON and just make money, right? That's great. If again, you see CJET come on out. CJET came on out. CJET, keep it at, see that 718. Stock again goes on a spike, comes back on down. You have all the way until 740 to make some sort of money. And then, of course, you did get a nice spike back on up here. So basically, it does come down to first come, first serve. But no matter what, you're aware of what stocks are moving. You're aware of what plays are hot. You're aware of where the volume, the mob is going to be going. The majority of buyers, the hype, that's where everyone's going to be going. Right now, number 1 top gainer, top dog on the day is going to be ENLV. ENLV, guys, this stock is hot. This stock is starting to spike and rip and run. We did have a press release over on ENLV 9 minutes ago as well, which of course talks about what? Private placement, right? So it says ENLV announces $212,000 private placement to initiate world's first prediction market digital asset treasury strategy. So, traders, I mean, we know what that means. Digital market. What are we referring to here? Guys, what about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's been having some trouble. Bitcoin has been having some weakness. Now, Bitcoin, we know that we have been dropping hard. We know that we're fading, we are falling, we are again getting weaker and weaker and weaker. There was a video that was put on out, and I always like to just throw out, great people. I think his name's Andre Zick. He actually put out a video on Bitcoin here, and I do suggest you guys go check this on out. There's a lot of good reason on why Bitcoin is against selling on off. Just want to kind of give this guy a shout out right here. But he did put this, why everything is selling on off. Now, there's a few different reasons on why it's selling on off, and there's not a 100% like this is why. There's a few different reasons on why it could be, different theories. But as we know, we do have that normal 4-year cycle. We do have Bitcoin falling every 4 years. Every 4 years, Bitcoin on average falls 75%. It did it in 2018. It did it in 2022. It's going to do it again in 2026. Already from the high, we have already fallen 30%. If we fall 75% from the highs, that's going to be bringing Bitcoin down to the price of $36,000. And when is that going to be? Every single 4-year cycle. We've had an average 75% pullback, and every single 4-year cycle, the pullback was at like 262 days. Exact bottom. Every single one. The exact bottom was whatever the number was. It was like 262. What I remember is the more important part. The more important part was October 13th of next year will be the exact low on Bitcoin if it follows what it's followed the last 4 cycles, aka the last 16 years. If it follows what it's followed the last 16 years, it will have a 75% pullback, fall back down towards 36,000 in October of next year. That's what the math would be. Now, is that guaranteed? The answer is no. What would I say, though? I'm not sitting here being a crypto hater. I will tell you right now, Bitcoin will, at one point, hit another new record high. Bitcoin will get back up towards 150, 200,000. I do believe that will happen. But you just need to understand that every 4 years, we do get these collapses. Every 4 years, we do get these drops. Right? So let me go over to, if I go over to my X page here, and I go over to the media, I mean, what do we have right here? It's very simple. It's straightforward. It's right to the point. It, again, tells you everything you need to know. Right? You could see 87% pullback. 2014. You could see 84% pullback, 2018. You could see 77% pullback. If we get, again, this 77, 75% pullback, it's going down to 36,000. We've already fallen 30%. So I want to make sure you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll, and understanding that crypto could be a little dicey for the next 12 months. Now, just like the S&P 500, though, every single time the S&P 500 has had a pullback, we have always seen new record highs. Hey, 2018, new record highs. 2020, new record highs. 2022, new record highs. Tariff fear, 2025, new record highs. Every single time, we have always seen new record highs. I believe Bitcoin will be the same exact thing. It's just going to maybe take a year, okay? And that's all right in the grand scheme of things. That's not that big of a deal, right? So we want to make sure you guys are all good. Now, what do we have at this moment? We do have CJET trying to move itself on up at this time. We do have at this moment ENLV trying to move itself on up at this time. We do have, again, 2 plays, ENLV. ENLV, also a little heads on up here, guys. It's 23 million in float. So if you're saying, Deck, why didn't this show on up over on your Fox Runner scanner? You guys can see ENLV is right here. And it is showing on up. It's just my filters. I always do 0 to 20 million in float. Why do I do 0 to 20 million in float? Just because that is going to give me more of the smaller, hotter, faster plays. The majority of top gainers will be 20 million in float or lower. If you do want to change this and just say, hey, I just don't want to miss anything like that, change this to maybe 30 million in float. And if you change this to 30 million in float, you'll get a little bit more of like a bigger spread, and you'll be able to get more plays, and that's absolutely fine. So if you want to change to 30 million in float and get 30 million in float stocks as well, that's no big deal. That's no big issue whatsoever. But, for me, I don't like getting 80 million in float stocks. They're just not going to turn into top gainers. I don't want to get involved in stocks that are going to be 100 million in float as if I'm day trading. They're just not going to be top gainers. Now, if I want to as well, it's saying, hey, I don't want to use this as a day trader. I want to use this more as looking for, what are the best plays for blue chips? Well, again, for blue chips, guys, you could, again, change this and put it for only larger price plays. Or, again, you could put it for larger floats if you want to. So you get every single press release. Now, again, just a little heads on up. I do know, let me put this back to what I wanted, though, real quick. I do know a couple big things that are coming right around the corner over on Fox Runner is, number one, they are adding either this week or next week, they are adding a watch list. Now, what does a watch list mean? A watch list means you get to pick certain stocks you want. Hey, I want Tesla, I want Google, I want NVIDIA. Every single time that stock comes out with any sort of press release, you get notified on it. That's really cool. That's really awesome. I think that's absolutely great. Now, what else do we have here, traders? They also, again, come out with their app. They said they're all done with their app. Their app is done. They're just waiting for, again, the approval. Now, what does the app do? The app is any stock that's on your watch list that comes out with news gets pushed to your phone. Any stock that has a keyword that you want pushed to your phone will be pushed to your phone. Any stock that, again, is alerted over on the Fox Center news alerts, that's going to be pushed to your phone, right? So you guys are going to be able to have absolutely everything right here so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll, and you guys are all good. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So right here, traders, let's make sure that we're all set. Now, also, little heads on up here, team, because we do got a little bit of time at this moment. I do want to make sure every single person, we are all ready to rock. Now, what do I mean by this here, team? This week is going to be massive. I always want to, again, be giving up massive shout outs. We do have little heads on up, an early preview to a couple Black Fridays here. Number one, Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas does have their early Black Friday going on right now for all people that are watching this stream at the moment. So right here, I am going to retweet this over on my Twitter. And again, this is before their Black Friday begins. So you guys can actually come on over here right now. You guys will be all set, ready to go. I'm going to post this over in the chat so that you guys are ready to rock. And you guys, or could just scan this code right here, scan this on your phone, and you guys are going to be able to get 30% off Trade Ideas. 30% off Trade Ideas, going to be fantastic. This is the early Black Friday sale. Trade Ideas, I always want to rep them because they, again, are my charting here. They're charting the up gappers, the down gappers. The charting is always absolutely fantastic, absolutely incredible. And again, it's all in real-time data. I do, again, absolutely love Trade Ideas. If you guys are signing up for Black Friday deals, right now is an amazing time. Go check out Trade Ideas. They have been doing so much. They have so many crazy, they have more features than I even know how to use. But I do use them every day for the up gappers, for the down gappers, for the pre-market movers. I also do use them every single day for my live trading scanners. And I will also say this, guys, no charge whatsoever. No charge whatsoever. I do have all of my kind of trading codes right here. So let me click this one. This is what I use to trade during the day. After you guys sign up for Black Friday for Trade Ideas, I will give you guys my codes. So let me go back to pre-market. Actually, got to click 2024 pre-market. So again, I will send you my code. So once you guys sign up, I will give you guys my layouts, my settings, so that you guys have the same exact screen that I have. Sound good? So again, click that link if you guys haven't. I, again, did just post that over on my X. I'll retweet it over on StockTwits. I did just post that over on Tradecaster as well. So wherever you guys follow me, you guys can go ahead and check that on out right here and right now. Just, again, retweeted that as well over on StockTwits, over on my profile, so that you guys can go have that. Now, next on up here, ladies and gentlemen, Black Friday sale. starting on up to do Cobra trading. Cobra, my broker. Traders, I absolutely love Cobra brokerage. Now, again, Cobra, for anyone who does not know, this is where, again, I do all my trades. For their Black Friday, they are giving 2 months of free commissions. You don't have to pay a single thing for 2 months. After the 2 months, you get 50% off for the rest of your life. So their Black Friday is 2 months for free, 50% off for life, 2 months of free software, 2 months of trade ideas, 2 months of Fox Runner. They are giving away trade ideas, Fox Runner, 50% off commissions for life after having 2 months of free commissions. So their Black Friday sale kind of includes everything. So they are a premium broker. That means you guys do need $25,000 or more to use them. They are a premium broker, but they are basically paying for everything for anyone who signs up to Cobra. So basically saying, hey, Dek, I have a larger account. I don't want to pay for trade ideas. I don't want to pay for Fox Runner. I don't want to pay for anything. I don't even want to pay for trades. Cobra saying, if you use us, we'll take care of everything. So if you use us, we'll take care of everything. I will, again, go ahead and post that over on my StockTwits account right now. That link. And I will post that over on my X as well so that you guys have that, so that you guys are all good, ready to go. All right. Also, little heads on up for you guys. For everyone who loves working with me every single day, for every single person that, again, watches the live stream, we are having our annual Black Friday sale starting on off tomorrow. Tomorrow here, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Super Bowl of sales for us. What we are doing, for anyone who does not know, is we are dropping everything to the biggest it's ever been. I mean, I think you guys kind of realize this, but I'm kind of over. I'm kind of over like charging. I posted a lot of things recently. I've posted again, you know, how I don't really want to charge a fee for anything. I give away courses. I give away everything. The only thing I have to pay for is, again, the hosting of Tradecaster, the live streams of Tradecaster, making sure, again, I could be able to pay out, you know, the person who works our customer service. You know, so yes, I am going to have some sort of overhead. So that's why I'm dropping everything down to the lowest it's ever been. Because, again, let's trade. Let's make money together. I don't want you to be a student. I want you to be a teammate. I don't see you as I'm up here and you're down here. I say we're a team, we're a community. Let's trade together. So for our Black Friday tomorrow, for anyone who does not know, it goes from tomorrow to next Tuesday. We are not having $3,299 for a lifetime membership. We have 70% off. It's $989. For, again, our annual membership, it's not $800. It's $398. For the semi-annual, 6 months, it is not $400. It is $198. For the monthly, it is not $80. It is $39. Now, obviously, traders, this is not reoccurring. This is one time only. So if you sign up for the month, you get 1 month of $39 and that's it. So again, what's the deal? The deal is the bigger the membership, the more time you have. Hey, Dek, I want to have the monthly membership of $39. Well, that's equivalent to, again, $398 over on the annual, right? If you never want to pay for anything again in your lifetime, $989, tradecaster.com, you guys are getting 70% off. And you guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that on out. So I'm really excited about that. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. Once again, I will post that over on my X account and over on my Twitter account so that you guys are all set, ready to go. I know, again, Black Friday is an absolutely massive time, so I'm super jacked on up. And then last but not least here, guys, is we do have my favorite scanner, as you guys knew. And that is going to be Fox Runner. Fox Runner does have their Black Friday starting up tomorrow. So if you guys have not yet, come on over here to foxrunner.com. They, again, you know, just did a massive update. And you guys can actually start downloading right now Fox Runner for free as well. So again, Fox Runner, what stocks matter to you today? Fox Runner, stop guessing. It scans press releases, filings, insider trades, Congress activity, and shows you what's moving. So download now for free on Windows. Download now for free over on Mac. Now, again, also, I'm hoping today, tomorrow, that the app comes on out, and you guys will be all set, ready to go for the app. and you guys will be all good. But you guys will get keywords alerts, AI voice alerts, AI Congress trades. And then also when the app comes on out, you can see trade anywhere, anytime on your phone. So again, everything is going to be on your phone. It's the first scanner to have a real-time news feed and have push alerts, which is going to be great. So I'm sure, again, once the app comes on out, you guys can download it right here. But everyone, come on over, foxrunner.com. Their Black Friday is 40% off. Their first ever Black Friday, 40% off over on FoxRunner. So, same exact thing. I will, again, post that over in chat. They're doing some massive moves, some massive updates. But every single person that I just posted, I love them. Cobra, I love them. Tradecaster, obviously that's me. I love me. Going over, taking a look over on Cobra, FoxRunner, everything. Make sure, again, Black Friday, you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. You guys are getting involved into it. I do appreciate if you guys do use my links. I'm going to be honest with you and being transparent. Obviously, when you guys use my links, I do get a cut of that. So I appreciate for anyone that is using the links, anyone that is scanning it, anyone that is clicking, and anyone that is, of course, signing up to these amazing scanners. Now, traders, little heads on up. These scanners right here, I use them because they are the best. I don't use other scanners because I do not find that they are the most profitable. I use, again, Cobra, Traded FoxRunner, because those are the ones that help me the most. If someone said, what do you need to be successful? This is it. What you see on my screen right now, this is it. Cobra, get me in and out of trades. That's my engine, right? Real-time charts, those are my visuals. FoxRunner, those are my answers. So those are the three components. If you have all three of these, you are good. You don't need anything else if you have all three of those. I just wanted to post every link, making sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. Now, it is 8:21 in the market right now. Let's get back to stock trading, guys. Sound good? Hey, if you guys are, again, enjoying this live stream right here and right now, smash that thumbs on up. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't, because we are getting ourselves ready pumped. So I really appreciate every single person that's joining, every single one that's watching. We do have ENLV, #1 top gainer. ENLV here, traders, trying to slowly build, trying to slowly work itself on up. OCX has gone from $10 to $13. OSCX, excuse me. OSCX trying to grind a little bit. OSCR, what's going on right here? Why do we have OSCR, OSCG, OSCX? Is this all the same play? This is all OSCR ETFs. Okay, so OSCR ETF is OCX. So we have OSCR on OSCG, that's another ETF, and OSCR, that's another play. So let's take a look right here, guys. What's going on with OSCR? Very nice play, starting to build itself on up. I do not see any sort of news at this time over on OSCR. $13 up towards $16.50. Let's kind of do a little bit of a deep dive, though, instead. Oscar Health. Let me see here. If I'm taking a look-ski. Now, right now, I'm just kind of looking to see, like, OSCR, this thing really just started popping off in the last 4 hours. Not even the last, 2 hours. OCR started climbing. If you guys see anything, definitely feel free to post it. Other than that, we got ENLV as our top dog, and we have OSCR as #2. So those are the top plays that I want you guys focusing on today. Also, we did do a lot of talking over on the S&P 500 here. You guys can see it does seem like we have a little resistance right around that 665 mark. If we can break through 664, 665, it seems like this play is going to start coming alive a little bit better. But other than that, traders, I will be going live over on, again, my YouTube channel. I will be going live over on X. I will be going live this week over on Tradecaster, as I always do. We have a massive week ahead, and it's a very short week. For anyone who does not know, we only have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. We have basically today, tomorrow, we have 3 days this week, and then a 4-day vacation, or actually, 4-day vacation. You might say, what do you mean? Thanksgiving is this Thursday, and then Friday is a half day that, unfortunately, no one really trades. Friday, I will tell you right now, I've been trading for the last 10 years. If you trade on Friday, it is a dead market that people are just it's gamblers. I will not be trading on Friday. I am trading today, trading tomorrow, trading on Wednesday, and then Thursday off, Friday off, Saturday, Sunday. Then we have, of course, a big December coming on up until, again, we get into the end of the year. So let's do as much as we can over the next 3 days. Let's get ready to crush it. And then let's enjoy Thanksgiving. Let's enjoy Black Friday sales across the board from everyone. I know StockTwits is having a big one, and we'll be all set ready to go from there. Guys, I'm going to switch on over towards, again, my YouTube channel. I'm going to make sure, again, audio is all set, ready to rock and roll, and we are going to be all dived in, ready to go. It is game time. Let's get ready for a big day ahead. Let's get ready for a big week ahead. I'm pumped. I'm ready. I know you guys are as well. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll see you guys live in the next few moments over on my channels, and we'll be all set, ready to go. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much. Help me wrap this thing on up here, baby. In 3, 2, 1. Ah! I love you guys. I appreciate you. StockTwits, thank you. And I'll see